Hello, everybody. Just Frogget here. Also known as Lana. As you come in, please hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. We are learning the Purl Stitch today and a different kind of dishcloth pattern than we did yesterday. So, hello, everybody. Just Frogget here. Also known as Lana. Oh my goodness. There we go. So, sorry about that, but there we go. So, let me, wrong one. Let's change this to a number 2. And we'll put that one up there. Perfect. All right. So yesterday I showed you the difference between English style and Continental style. And I showed you how to do the very first basic garter stitch dishcloth. Okay. Today I am going to show you something a little bit more complicated. We're going to add the Purl stitch in here, and you might need a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen or both. And you will need the same size knitting needles that you used yesterday. You can use a 4.5 or a 5. And hey Dana, hey Christy, hey Heather. And just so you can keep track of your pattern, I have posted the written pattern in the description box underneath the channel. I did on yesterday's as well for that dishcloth. This one here is posted underneath. You can highlight it all and copy and paste it into a folder if you want, or to print it out or whatever. And then you'll have the instructions for this pattern. This is a 10-row repeat pattern. The first 5 rows are pretty much the same. You're just, and then the next ones you switch and you do the opposite of you did the first 5. Okay. So this is the one that I finished this morning. This is a basket weave dishcloth. And as you can see, we have knit stitches and purl stitches, and they are opposite each other every 5 stitches. Okay. So this is 45 stitches wide and about 45 rows or 50 rows tall. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be showing you today. And I can go over the English and the Continental again if you'd like. Just let me know and I can grab an extra set of needles and I can show you the basics of those two again. If you are, I am a Continental knitter, but I do both because I do ferrule knitting. I love ferrule knitting. Okay. So, I have already casted on my 45 stitches. Just going to get this out of the way. Okay. So this is the pattern here. Sorry about my messy printing. So you're going to cast on 45 stitches. We can go over that again. I can take these off and I can show you how to do that. And here is your pattern repeat. This is written as it is pretty much right here underneath in the description box. Hey, Auntie Vernon. And we're going to be doing these rows. Now I chose the basket weave because you're alternating between knit stitches and purl stitches to learn the purl stitch and to go between the two for other patterns. Okay. So you're going to do 5 of one stitch, 5 of the next stitch, and you can do that all the way across the whole row. Then the next row, as we do it, I'm going to show you what the knit stitches and the purl stitches look like and how to know what you're supposed to do. Okay. So I've got my 4.5 millimeter knitting needles. I will take these off and I will go over the long tail cast on again with you guys. So I already have mine set to the length I need it by putting a slip knot in that space. So when you measure for a long tail cast on, if you already have a project set, you can just do triple the length or the width of that project. Okay. So you just take your yarn and you're going to spread it out across that thing. And then you're going to do it 3 times. Okay. I chose to do it 4 times because I wanted a longer tail for when you have to weave them in. So my tail, let me just measure it here from tip to where I'm starting. So there's 20 inches. Let go. There's 40. So I have about 31 inches of tail. So if you have a measuring tape or a ruler that you can lay out in front of you, and you can measure 31 inches, okay, and then you're going to place a slip knot in that space. Everybody does their slip knots different. I'm hoping everybody here knows how to do a slip knot. I can go over it again if you need me to, but once you've got your slip knot done, now I like to have, people do this differently. I like to have my tail up ahead of me and my working yarn closest to me. Okay. I put my needle in to the slip knot. So this is my tail, and the one facing me or closest to me is my working yarn. Okay. So what you do is you just stick your finger and your thumb in between those two. You're going to spread them out. You're going to grab those 2 tails with your fingers underneath, and you're going to make like a slingshot. Okay. So the long tail cast on looks complicated, but it's super easy and super fast. And I'm sure you all will love it once you get the hang of it. Okay. It does take practice. Don't get yourself down. Okay. So long tail cast on, we're going to do 45 stitches. Because your yarn has to go over your needle 45 times, and you still have to have a long enough tail to be able to weave in your ends. So as we do this here, I'll show you how much is left of my tail, and then you'll understand how much, why you'll need so much yarn. So the bigger the project, the longer your tail is going to be. But if it's only like a short project like we did yesterday for 4 stitches, you don't need a very long tail. You only need like maybe maybe this much for a tail for a 4 stitches. Okay. So we're doing 45 stitches. So that's a lot. So we're going to make our slingshot. I'm going to put my fingers in here. I'm going to grab that tail and I'm going to spread out my fingers like this. Okay. So you're going to hold your one stitch, your slip knot, on your needle with your right hand. This is my right hand. You're going to hold that so it doesn't slip off. Okay. So you're going to go up under your thumb, around your tail, and back through that little space that you made up in your thumb. You're going to pull your thumb out of there. And I just use that thumb to cinch up your yarn. Okay. So there's 2 stitches on that needle now. So we're going to keep doing this because you need 45. So you're going to go up through the thumb, around the finger one, back through the thumb, then you're going to pull it tight, but don't tighten it too much because you still want them a little bit loose, that they'll slide on your needle really easy, and you can get the other needle into those stitches. Okay. You don't want it too tight. Okay. We're just going to keep doing this until you have 45 stitches. So I have 3 around. That's 4 up, around, and through. There's 5, up, around, and through. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So as you see, as I'm doing this, my finger that's holding my yarn on that needle on my right hand is actually moving the stitches down so they don't get all bunched up, and it's just going down the needle, and my hand is just continues to go over top of it. Okay, so I lost count. I think I have 25. Yep. Okay, so 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, whoops, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now I need 5 more stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, that big long tail that I had, that 31 inches, this is all I have left of it. Okay, because it has sucked right up onto the needle, and that'll give you a really nice long tail to sew in or whatever you're doing with the project, right? So I have 45 stitches on my needle, and as you can see with the long tail cast on, this actually does give you a row already of knit stitches, like you've just done a foundation row. Okay, so this is what we have. That's okay, Christy. I'm going to go over everything really slowly again today too, but the knit stitch and the purl stitch, and I am a continental knitter. So if you are an English style knitter, which is your yarns coming from your right hand, continental comes from your left hand. Okay, and with continental, it is faster because you don't have to drop your yarn all the time, and your finger is the one that moves your yarn back and forth between knit stitches and purl stitches. Okay, so I am going to show everybody how to do that with continental today. Okay, but English style is, I did explain it in yesterday's video, so you can go back and you can check out both different styles, but I will be doing continental knitting today. Okay, so if everybody's ready, just let me know and we can go on to the pattern here. So I have a pencil with me. As you can see, I've already done with my pencil. I've just done little ticks, 1 tick for each row I've done, and I've done them in bunches of 5 so I can keep track of where I am in my pattern. Okay, so these first 5, whoops, These, I messed it up again. Where's my eraser? Here it is. I haven't done that for a long time. Okay. So these first 5 rows, these first 5 are the first set of the pattern. Okay. Then these 5 are the second set of your pattern. Sorry, I'm out of frame. So these first 5, I'm going to be showing you right here. And then these other 5, see, as you can see, you start with knits, then you start with purls, then you alternate, right? So your set of your 5th row should be starting with 5 knits and 5 purls. But your 6th row is going to start with knits again, and then you're going to go alternating again. So we'll show you how that works up and what you're looking at for knits and purl stitches, okay? Because they do look different, and you will be able to tell the difference once you start doing it. So my yarn here. So here's my tail just dangling out of the way. Okay, I'm not going to weave it in this time. I'm just going to leave it dangle so you can tell where you've began, because if you've begin with a long tail cast on, your tail will be on the right hand side of your first row, which will be your right side. Okay, if you don't do the long tail cast on, you just do a regular knit cast on or just the loopy cast on, your tail will be on the left hand side. So you'll know when your tail's on your left hand side for those ones, you're on a right side row. If you're doing the long tail cast on, your right side row is if your tail is on the right hand side of your needle. Okay, so here we go. So with Continental, you hold your yarn with your left hand, okay? And the needle with all your stitches on it is on your left side as well. So what I do is I put the yarn under these 2 fingers and behind the other 2 fingers, okay? Now I found that if you have your yarn behind both of these 2 fingers, your tension is way easier and you have more control over your yarn. Okay, my pinky is my pinches my yarn to stop it from going anywhere. Okay, now my middle finger is actually going to hold on and control these stitches from going off the end of the needle as I'm working. Okay, and I will show you that a little bit as I'm going really slow here. Okay, so your first 5 stitches are knit stitches. Okay, so my pointer finger on my left hand is the one that is going to be moving back and forth. Okay, from knits to purls. This one here is going to end up with all the stitches on it, and then we'll have to swap back over again. Okay, so you're going to insert your needle up through and make an X. So your right needle goes behind your left needle. Okay, now with grabbing your yarn, you have to, with the first couple stitches, you might have to just hold this with your right finger so that the yarn stays on your needle just to get it through that first stitch. Okay, then you're going to pop that other stitch off your left hand needle. So you've made a stitch. I'm just going to pull that just a little bit snug because it was coming loose. It's easy to see with the color changing yarn where what stitches are, right? Okay, so your next stitch is a knit stitch. So you're going to go up through here. You're going to wrap your yarn counterclockwise. You can hold it with your finger. Once it's over the needle, you hold it with your finger. You slide that down and you pop it through underneath the other stitch. And then you pop that other stitch off your needle. Okay, so there's 2 stitches. And once you get past this first row, your stitches will be becoming a little bit easier because they will hopefully be a little bit looser. Try not to hold your yarn too tight. You want to have just enough tension, just like with crocheting, that you can easily work through those stitches. Okay. So you're going to grab your yarn. I'm going to hold it with my finger to start off with here. And I'm going to pull that yarn up through that hole underneath and then pop that other stitch off my needle. Okay. So a couple more times here. So insert, it goes up through the back. You're going to rotate your yarn around that needle and you're going to pop your stitch up underneath, and then you're going to pop that other stitch off the needle. Okay, there's 4. Now we're going to do one more knit stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to switch from knitting to purling for Continental. Okay, so you're going to go up through this stitch again, and if you pull just a little bit, it makes a little space underneath, if you can see that, where you don't even have to really wrap the yarn around that needle anymore. Your tip of your needle can just go through and grab that yarn, and then you pop it off. So this is what makes Continental knitting faster, because you don't have to keep dropping your yarn. You don't have to keep wrapping it around all the time. That's why it's called picking. So English style knitting is called throwing, because you have to throw your yarn around your needles. And Continental is called picking because all you have to do is pick that yarn and bring it through the hole. Okay, so we've done our first 5 knit stitches. Now we're going to do the purl stitch. So this is where your left finger, your left pointer finger, comes into play. So for purling, you have to bring your yarn to the front of your work. Okay, now instead of going up through your stitch, you're going to go down through the front of that stitch. Okay, then you're going to bring your finger back around and down in front. So you're wrapping that yarn around that tip of the needle. Then you're going to bring the stitch up through the back and pop that stitch off. So that's what makes that bump, that purl bump on the front of your stitch. So there's your knit stitches with no bump and your purl stitch with a bump. It actually is in a different color, so it's easy to see with this. We're going to do that 4 more times. Okay, I'm going to go over this all the way across so that you can get between knitting and purling. Okay, so bring your yarn, make sure your yarn is forward. You're going to insert your needle through the front, down through the front. You're going to pull your yarn back, then down forward, and you're going to push your needle up and around and through the back, and then you're going to pop that stitch off of the left needle. Okay, so insert your needle around and down in front, push your needle up through with that stitch on there, and then pop that stitch off. So we've already done 3 purl stitches. Okay, so yarn in front, needle down through the front of the other stitch. You're going to bring that yarn around and down. You're going to pull that stitch up through and then pop the stitch off. Okay, and we're going to do one more time because that'll be the 5th purl stitch. So down through the front, wrap around and then go down and pop your needle up through the back so you have that stitch on that new stitch on there, and pop the old stitch off. Now your yarn can go through between those needles and to the back because you're going to be doing knit stitches again. So there is your 5 knit stitches and your 5 purl stitches. So the purl stitches have the bump on the front. The knit stitches have their bump on the back. Okay. So now we're going to do 5 more knit stitches. Okay, so yarn in the back for the knit. You're going to go up and through the back, put your yarn around your needle. You can hold it with your finger to keep it on there. Bring your yarn up through and pop your stitch off. Okay, so up through the back, yarn around your needle, hold it with your finger, bring it down through and pop the other stitch off. Okay, so that was 2. Around and pop it off. There's 3. And 4. And 5. So we've done 5 knit, 5 purl, and 5 knit. Okay, now you're going to keep doing this all the way across. You're going to do 5 of each, alternating between the 2, all the way to the other end. Okay, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to try and go as slow as I can here so that you can still see what I'm doing. And if anybody has any questions, we will be going over this again and again on every single row. Okay, so purl stitches, yarn in the front. And you're going to go down through the front of the next stitch, pull your yarn around and down, pop your needle through and up the back, and pop the other stitch off the needle. Okay, down through, yarn around, pop it up through, and pop the stitch off. Down through, yarn around, pop your stitch off. So that's 3. 4. And 5. So knit stitches, yarn in the back, and you go up through for 1, 2, 3. I hope you feel better too, Triple C. Hope your belly pain goes away. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then purl stitches to the front, your yarn to the front. Now, as you can see, once you get going on the purl stitch, as soon as you insert that needle, your yarn is already over, and then you just pull it down. Then you pop your stitch off. So through, yarn around, up and through, and pop your stitch off. Okay, down through, around, up, and pop your stitch off. Down through, around, up through, and pop your stitch off. Down through, yarn around, up through, pop your stitch off. Okay, and you can just move your yarn down your needle as you go, so it's not all bunched up near the top. And same with the other side, you just bunch that one up as you go, so you don't have to keep searching for stitches, and your stitches won't get elongated either if you keep close, and that's what these fingers are here, is to hold your stitches. So my middle finger is holding the stitches on the left needle, and my right pointer finger is holding the stitches on my right needle. Okay, so we're doing knit stitches now. So yarn to the back, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then purl stitches, yarn to the front, down through, around, up through, and pop off. Down, around, up through, and pop off. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the last 5 stitches. Oh, I must have missed one because I only have 4 stitches. Okay, I can fix that. That's all right. There we go. Okay, so there's all your stitches on your other needle. So you've just done your first row of actual stitches. So I'm just going to take my pencil. I'm going to put 1 tick that I finished that row. Okay, now your second row. So if you notice, the purl bumps on this side were your knit stitches on the other side. Your knit stitches on this side, your flat ones, were your purl stitches on the other side. So when you see on this row a purl bump stitch, you're going to do a purl stitch. When you see a knit stitch, you're going to do a knit stitch, and so on and so forth, all the way across. Okay, so for the purl ones, you're going to purl. The knit ones, you're going to knit. Okay, so you're going to just grab your yarn up again. So these first 5 are purl stitches. Okay, because they were knit stitches when we ended the last row. So when you start a purl stitch on the very first stitch of your row, you want your yarn to be in front. Then you're going to start your stitch, wrap your yarn around, and go up through. There's the first purl. Okay, so as you can see, I don't even pull my yarn forward anymore because I've been doing this for a while for the purl stitch. Okay, so it's one less movement that you have to do. So I just take my needle and I just ignore this string and I go down through and pull my yarn down. Okay. Okay, there's 5 purl stitches. Okay, and as you can see, the next ones are flat stitches. So those are knit stitches. We are going to do 5 knit stitches. So 1, 2, Hey, Denisha. 3, 4, 5 knit stitches. And now we're going to do 5 purl stitches. So purl stitches, yarn in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yarn in the back for your knit stitches. Hey, Noodly Bits, it's okay. You can hide in the corner. Right, Denisha? All the little rainbows flying around are from the little crystals hanging in the window. And when the wind hits them a little bit, they spin. So they go all over the room. There's a lot of rainbows all over the room and all over me. And that's why you hear the dog running in the background, because he is whimpering and trying to catch all the rainbows. And when he gets too carried away and starts barking, he will get in trouble, and he knows it. So, but once they start spinning, he goes absolutely berserk, and you will hear him, most definitely. So right now he's doing okay. He's just going back and forth between the 2 windows because there's some in the other window as well. So we do actually have rainbows all over our living room, on the floor, the walls, the couch, the people, all the objects, everything. So, okay. So 5 knit stitches, yarn in the back for knit. Grab your yarn through the hole. So as you can see, so my finger is holding this yarn, that one stitch near the end of the needle. It's holding it so that the right one can split the yarn open, so it can grab that stitch through and then take it off. Okay. That's 4, 5 knit stitches. Okay, purl stitches, yarn in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do you want? You can't have the rainbows on me. Stop it. No. You're a brat. You're a brat, both of yous. Yeah, both of yous. Both of yous is brats. Yeah. But only one's crazy, right? Only one's crazy. Okay. So the next 5 stitches are knit stitches. Okay. So yarn to the back, up through for your knit stitches. Okay. And that finger is still holding those stitches so that the right one can move the yarn out of the way. Hey Jennifer, how's it going? Okay, knit and knit. So there's 5 knit stitches. The next 5 are purl stitches. So yarn in the front for purl and down through the front for the purl. Oops. Okay. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Okay. Now 5 knit stitches, so yarn in the back and up through. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. 5. Oh, Jennifer's birthday. Happy birthday, Jennifer. Purl stitches in the front and down through the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 2 rows. And as you can see, it's easy to see with mine because I've got different colors going on here. I'm going to mark off my second row with another tick. So as you can see, these are stacking on top of each other. The purl stitches on one side, knit stitches, and reverse on the other side. Okay, so you're going to do this same thing all the way through. So after you get to the 5th, after you finish the 5th row though, you're going to redo that 5th row to reverse your stitches for the next set of 5 stitches or 5 rows. Okay, so you turn your work and you grab your yarn. So as you can see, these first 5 stitches are knit stitches because they're flat. So we're going to start with knitting this time. So you're going to go up through and do your knit stitches. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then the next 5 are purl stitches. So yarn in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 purl stitches. Jennifer. How's your day going? Okay. So 5 knit stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on, I gotta go. Those dogs are barking. We'll be right back. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing so far? Hey, there's Granny D. How's it going? Okay. So we are on the third row. Okay. So we just did 5 knit stitches. We're going to do 5 purl stitches. Okay, so purl stitches, your yarn in the front, down through the front, around, up through, and pop your stitch off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 purl stitches. Now in yarn in the back for your next knit stitches. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knit stitches. Ooh, that sounds really good, Jennifer. Okay, so purl stitches, yarn in the front, down through the front, around your needle, up through, and pop it off. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yarn in the back for knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yarn in front for purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, yarn in the back for the last 5 stitches or your knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we just did our third row. So grab my pencil and mark off another third tick. So my third row is done. Okay, we have 2 more rows like this, and then I'll show you the switch over. And then all you have to do is those 5 rows, and then those 5 rows for the whole pattern. And I did on the last one, I did 50 rows. So this is what it will look like when it is done. Okay, this is the basket weave dishcloth. Okay, so, and it does look like a basket weave because it looks like your stitches are weaving in and out and back and forth. And it is the opposite on the other side. Okay, this is what we are making. Okay, and it is a good size dishcloth. And I did the stretchy bind off, so it is super stretchy. Okay, which is perfect for if you do cowls and stuff and sweaters. So this is a stretchy material. This is the cotton. And Continental makes it stretchier, okay, than English style does. So, all right. So we'll get back at this here. Grab my needle and we're on row 4. Okay. So I'm going to grab my yarn. So row 4 starts, as you can see, with purl stitches. So all you do is bring your yarn around and close to you to start your purl stitches. Okay. Up through, down through, around, and up through. There's 3, 4, 5 purl stitches. Next 5 are knit stitches. Right? Isn't it pretty? I thought the basket weave would be a really pretty, really easy introduction to purl stitches and knit stitch, and because we did knit stitches yesterday and we're just doing the purl stitches today. So I wanted to intertwine them both so you could still do both practice both of them at the same time. And it's good to practice going back and forth between the two as well. So your next 5 are knit stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your next 5 are purl stitches. So yarn towards you, down through, yarn around, pop that up through, and then pop your stitch off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 purl stitches. Okay. So the next 5 are knit stitches. So yarn in the back and do your knit stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now yarn in the front for the next 5 for the purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in the back for the next ones. Okay, knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in front for the purl. Do 5 purls. Here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 purl stitches. So my yarn automatically went back for the knit stitches, which are next. Okay, so do 5 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then yarn in front for the last 5 stitches are purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so there's row 4 done. I'm just going to mark that off and put another tick. So row 5 is the last row of this first set. The second set, we're going to alternate what we've been doing, okay? So here we go. So like I said, for all the new people that have been coming in, this I typed out in the description underneath the video on my YouTube, the whole pattern for this basket weave. You can either do it English style or Continental, whichever one you prefer or feel more comfortable with. You could try both if you want and see the difference for yourself. You can do one in English style, you can do another dishcloth in Continental and see what your difference in your sizes are. My English style is smaller and more condensed than my Continental because my Continental is looser, okay? So row 5, you're doing 5 knit stitches, okay? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in front for the purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in the back for the knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Yarn in front for the purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn the back for the knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in front for the purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Yarn in the back for the knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's the end, just like that, of row 5. Okay, so I'm going to mark that off by putting a line through my other ones. There's 5 rows that I've done. Okay, how's everybody doing so far? Is everybody understanding? Am I going too fast? Just let me know. Am I okay? Can you see me okay? Because I can close the curtains and I can turn a light on instead, so it's a little bit brighter. Might just do that anyways, just to help see better. Let's do that. I'm gonna bring this light over. Find where my cord is. under here. There we go. Okay. My cord. Now let's just move this over here a little bit so you guys can hopefully see me better. Okay. Can you see my light is right here? Oh, did I pull it out or something? There we go. Okay. Is that easier to see, or do I have to close the curtains? Isn't that pretty? I love these colors. The greens and the purples together. Yeah. This is one of my favorite colors. I don't even remember what this color is called because I don't have the paper for it anymore because it's rolled up into a ball because I've used this one a lot. But if you just look up Bernat Handcrafter Cotton, worsted weight size 4, you'll be able to find it. Find what color it is. Okay. So everybody's ready. I can move on to the next set of 5 rows, because after we're done those 5 rows, all you have to do is repeat these 10 rows over and over and over again till you get the desired size you want. You can do as many stitches wide as you want. If you're doing this pattern, you have to do it in sets of 5. Okay. I like that I start with the knits and I end with the knits. Sometimes you can start with the knits and you can end with the purls if you only want so many stitches. But then it's a little bit more confusing when you switch again. So, okay. So let's do row 6. So for this one, this is where we switch and we're going to reverse what we just did. Okay. So because you see purl bumps right here, we are not doing purl stitches this row. We are doing knit stitches where the purls are, and we're doing purl stitches where the knit stitches are. Okay. So you leave your yarn in the back and you're going to go up through your stitch and you're going to knit these first 5. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you're going to pull your yarn forward because these ones are knits. We're going to do purls. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Joe getting his knitting needles. Okay, and these next ones are purls, so we're going to do knits. Okay, this is just for this round. Once you get past this round, you're going to do your knits as knits and your purls as purls. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because this is the row that is reversing your stitches for the next set of your basket weave. Nope, you just got out of church. You're full. Is that it? You're full? Okay, so your next stitches are knit stitches. So you're going to do purl stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now your next stitches are purl stitches, so we're going to do knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and your next stitches are knit stitches, so we're going to do purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then the next 5 are knit stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 5 are purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then your last 5 are knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we just reversed our rows. So as you can see, there's purl bumps where my knits were, and there's knit stitches where my purl bumps were. Okay, so I'm going to mark off that I've done row 6. How's everybody doing so far? Okay, row 7. So this one here, we've already done our switch over row. Now we're just going to copy what we see. So your purls are purls and your knit stitches are knit stitches. So these first 5 are purl stitches. So I want my yarn in the front. Okay. So purl, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I need 5 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we need 5 purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now 5 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, Dana? I can't wait to see you try this. Okay, purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 knit stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last 5 are purl stitches. 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, and 5. Okay, there's row 7 done. I'm going to mark it off. Okay, row 8. Just going to get myself some more yarn slack here. Okay, so row 8 starts with the knit stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now purl. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now purl. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Purl. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now purl. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now you're going to knit the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there's row 8 done. So we have 2 more rows, and then all you have to do is repeat these 10 rows till you get the length or the size that you want. Okay, and you can have, like I said, you can have as many stitches you want if you're doing this pattern. You can even change it up, and you can do 4 or 5 stitches and 3, and then 5 and 3, and then reverse it again, which will make it a different looking basket weave. I do tend to like the 5 by 5 because I'm a little OCD that way, and I have to have things even and square. I don't like things that are off. So yeah, there is what it's going to look like. Okay, so I'll just do these last 2 rows with you, and then you are on your own, and then I can actually show you how to, well, I showed you how to bind things off in yesterday's video. So all you do is just bind it off, and it's up to you on how you want to bind it off, whether you want to do it just straight knit bind off, or if you want to bind it off in pattern. Okay. So purl, 3, 4, and 5, and knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now purl 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hey, Yarny Mom, how's it going? 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there's row 9. Last row. Okay, and then you do the switch again. So knit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, whoops, I split it. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's all 10 rows. Okay. So that's what they all look like. There's your basket we've started. Okay. And you're going to keep doing these 10 rows. Like I said, I did up to 50 rows. Okay. So I did 5 sets of these 10. And that's how I got the orange one. So that's what that looks like. There's the orange one. So it's a really good size for a dishcloth. And all I have to do now is just weave my ends in. And I did the stretchy bind off, which is really nice because then it's not so tight and compact at one end. And yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to this pattern. And like I said, the pattern for this one is in the description underneath. And the pattern for yesterday is in the description under yesterday's. It's all typed out for everybody. And if you do have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. Hey, Mama's Touch, how are you? Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to this one. I was going to do a one with a heart in the center, kind of like what Dana did with her other friend, was it Shonda? When they did the grafting one. You can do a heart one like that with knitting and purling. So your heart would be in the purl stitches. Around it would be in the knit stitches, and then you can do a garter stitch border, which is just straight knitting. You probably will need stitch markers if you do that, though, because you want to mark where your border is. You don't have to really think about doing those stitches, because those ones on the ends will always be knit stitches no matter what row you're on. It's the ones in the center that you'd have to keep track of, though. Okay, so yeah. Did everybody get that all right? If you don't know how to do it already. Oh, I'm great. It's nice and sunny here. You can see the sunshine. It's beautiful. I don't think you can see the sunshine. Let me see. I'll just tilt you up here for a second. Ooh, look at all that sunshine. Look at that sunshine. Blue skies. Beautiful. There's my rainbow throwers. That drives the dogs crazy. I'm going to go back down here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, that's all there is to this lesson too. I'm hoping I can do proper lesson videos, beginners videos, like I did with the crochet ones, and then start doing patterns and stuff. I still want to do a granny square shrug for the first pattern for crocheting. I'm going to probably hopefully do a video on that, and then everybody can have fun with that one too, because that one's super simple and super easy. And if you already know how to do a granny square, you're pretty much done it anyways. It's just you have to do a really, really big granny square, and then you have to sew up the side seams to where your armholes are, and then go around your edging. So it's actually really nice and really easy and really fun, and it's one of those ones you have no problem doing while you're watching TV or a movie. Or just sitting outside on a gorgeous, a beautiful summer day and enjoying the sunshine. Yeah. So anybody have any questions? Do you want me to go over anything else? You want me to go over something again? Oh, Lord, Joe. I've been hiding in the corner, got some Red Heart Boutique ribbon yarn at Dollar Tree and had to roll that onto a tube. Then did a couple dollar crafts while listening. Oh, that sounds cool. Way to go. Ooh, that turned out to light a little bit, hey? So yeah, this is super fun and super easy, and there's so many dishcloth patterns and stuff that you can get out there, or you can make up your own if you can do a graphed paper of one that you want. You can even have you don't have to do cotton, you can do acrylic, you can do whatever size, and then just go with the size of needle it tells you on your packaging. Oh, I don't even actually go by a pattern for that one. I just do it up just out of the top of my head. What's my favorite thing to knit? Oh, I'm pretty much good with anything. I've done so many things over the years. It's hard to. I do like doing baby blankets, whether it's knit or crochet or whatever, because it's a better size project you can do, but it's not like humongously big like an Afghan where you get bored halfway through. But yeah, I have a ton of shawls and ponchos. I love doing them as well. And I like doing hats. I've done a whole bunch of hats. I've actually knitted Fair Isle hats to give away to the one lady in town, the one young girl in town here who works with homeless people and people with other kinds of problems, and makes them feel better. And they actually kind of fight over the hats that I've made, I guess, which I've heard, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, it's just a hat. Like, it's just a hat done in two different colors, like with snowflakes or whatever on it, So, but yeah, I make up most of my own patterns because I kind of get bored when I have to follow a pattern. I'll follow a pattern. I know how to read them and everything just fine, but I'll do them once and then I get bored with it and I rearrange it and do my own thing. So Noodle your Dollar Tree had yarn store don't have any, nor can I get it offline. Oh, our Dollar Tree has a small bit of yarn. I've showed it in one of my other lives. You can get those like boa or eyelash yarn, the like fuzzy, really skinny stuff. It's actually pretty cool. Mine just had the ribbon yarn. I bought 2 since it was purple. There you go. Hi, Yarny Mom. Okay, Noodly. Mama's Touch. Joe, I might go later tonight if I get home at a decent time. Mama's Touch says mine too, Noodly. Denisha says, I'm making shrimp stir fry. Ooh, that sounds really good. I like shrimp. And I like stir fry. And Dana says, hey, Mama's Touch. Oh, Denisha, I have about $4 Dollar Trees in my city. Holy cow. I only got one. I have lots of dollar stores, but only one Dollar Tree. We have a Dollarama in our one mall, and There used to be another dollar store in the old mall, but now there's a new yarn store on or craft store on our old Baker Street, where our old center of town used to be. Sometimes they're a little bit more expensive, but they have a lot of the usual yarns, like your Red Heart or your Bernat or stuff like that, like the main yarns that people buy. Yeah, right. Pass me a plate too. I'm full. Right? More for the rest of us, right? If Joe can't have any. It's not for you. It's for the pastor's parents. There you go. In between $2 trees. One is nice and the other is pretty trashy. I avoid the trashy one, right? You is full? Okay. I'll be right back. I just got to give me 2 seconds. I got to go see where that dog is. He's quiet and it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous when they're quiet. Where's your brother? Huh? He wasn't out there with you. Where is he? Is he hiding in the bedroom? Oh, there he is. They're good. They're here. Found them both. Okay. So, yeah. Denny, your Dollar Tree has yarn. It any good? That's very nice of you, Denny. Almost touched the head. Premier and is so many colors. There. Spin the rainbows. All right. Ours has yarn online. Need to see yarn on Dollar Tree's website. Surprised you're surprised, Joe. I've been telling everyone that I'm going to house sit parents, sit dogs, sit can't sit for my pastors. Oh, online is sold out. A lot of places are sold out. Working on a granny square baby blanket for my second customer. That sounds good, Yarny Mom. That sounds awesome. Yep. Are you going crazy for rainbows? Hey? I don't know which one spins more. I think it's the frog. Yeah. You can chase them all you want, just no barking. When you start barking, the neighbors don't like it. Okay. Whew. Is it warm? Do you want the fan on? Do you want the lower fan on? Okay, hang on. I'll put the fan on for you. Yeah. All right. Surprised. All right. Ooh, Mom will be home from work soon. Coffee's already smelling good too. Set that up for her for when she gets home for work. I guess I can put this light back where it belongs and out of my way. There we go. So I'm just going to keep working on this. Everybody can keep talking. Pull my chair in. Okay. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'm going to do this one at my speed now. So I don't have to worry about oops. I don't want that. Oh yeah, I do. Well, thank you. This is just Bernat Handcrafter's cotton. It's just one of the multicolored ones that you can get. I'm not sure what the color is. I could probably look it up, but it's really pretty greens and purples. This is one of my I think this is one of those country color ones. I have many different colored cotton yarns because I make lots of stuff with the cottons for the COVID thing. I was making those ear savers for the masks. Made a whole bunch of them and gave most of them away. So she wants to steal my yarn. Yeah, okay. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Move that up out of the way a little bit. Joe, you silly. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Right? All the little rainbows floating all over the place. Yeah, it looks like a disco over here, doesn't it? Drives the dogs crazy when they start spinning around. Because he tries to catch them all. Right? It's like I'm a disco frog. I'm a disco frog. You feel like you're at a rave. That help for flies. You know how they say add pennies to a jar with water to keep flies away? I don't know. It might. We don't really get a lot of bugs in our house with the dogs, and with the big bug zapper out the back. The big bug zapper out in between the back doors is gets all the bugs before they normally come in the house anymore. So because I always turn that thing on as soon as I get up in the morning, and then I turn it off as soon as we go to bed and close the doors. So, and then it starts zapping really, really well as soon as the sun goes down a bit, because then all the moths come out and they're so attracted to that thing. It's ridiculous. And all you hear is electricity buzzing, sometimes for quite some time. They buzz quite off. There's quite some big ones that go in there, and then it's like buzzing for like 30 seconds straight. It's crazy. It's like, oh, that's a huge one. So, whoop, go there. Right? I can spin them again. I just use my stick. Drives the dogs crazy. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I got lots of that cotton in different colors because I did the orange, yellow, and white one. And then yesterday, yesterday when I did the dishcloths, I did the purple, blue, and white, which is really, really pretty. I like that one. The two-tone blue and white. Then there's the orange one again. And then I did the denim, which is different shades of blue. And then, oops. Then I have a peach and like a dark tealy blue and light blue. This one's really pretty too. Then here's I think this one here's a like says country something or other color. So this has got greens and whites and a little bit of like a salmony color in it and blue. This one's pretty too. Just put some spray Mod Podge on a jar. Just decorated to keep leftover diamond painting drills in. Right? I don't even know what the temperature is here right now. I haven't checked. So I have the green, the greens, and the white. Then I have this one here's like pinks and reds. This is a good size ball. There's more like Valentine's-y colors. I've done tea towels and like the hanging tea towels. I've done a few of those because people like them. But yeah, lots of colors. They come in all sorts of different colors. They even have like ones with like browns and whites in it, which are really pretty. It looks like hot chocolate with marshmallows. So lots of different colors. They have white ones with black speckles through it. Like I done a bath mat out of that for us, and we love it. We use it all the time, and I made it really big. So yeah. Here it's 91 with a 102 heat. Ooh, that is way too hot. Woo! I don't even know what it is here. I didn't look. We do Celsius though here, so I don't know what that is in. Oh, it's only 27 here. It's only 27 here right now. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I could look. So Fahrenheit, it would be 81. There you go. So yeah, it's not too bad today. It's supposed to get really, really hot this next week though. It's supposed to go to like 34 or something, or even hotter, whatever, for this next coming week. Not looking forward to that, so don't like it when it's hot. You need somebody to send you an air conditioner. We don't have an air conditioner either. Our house usually stays pretty cool though, because we have the sun in the morning in the back of the house and the sun in the front of the house at the evening, but we don't have any humongous windows at the front of our house. We just close the front door, and we close like a blackout curtain over top of the glass in the door, and then it blocks out the sun from the front of the house. So 33 Celsius. Yep, that's already hot. There you go. Mom's home. The dogs are probably going to start squealing here in a second. Yep. Just putting her truck where it's supposed to. You have blackout curtains, but your brother keeps opening them. Well, that's not the point. Supposed to keep them closed if it's hot. Oh, stop. Chicken Little, the sky is not falling. It's not the end of the world. Huh? It's not the end of the world. So, hey! Rascal! Stop. Oh my goodness. Hey!
I'm hurrying.
Oh.
Shh.
I know, and I'm live still.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, stop that.
Down, please. Just a minute. Let's go.
2,
Okay.
3,
Okay, here.
4,
There you
5.
go. Okay. Yes, I know. Okay, outside.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, blackout curtains are meant to be closed when it's hot, so it keeps the heat out. 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. So I guess that's the end for today. There looks like there's only one person in here watching, so I will have to say goodbye to everybody, and I will see you. So this is pretty much it. If you have to, just keep going back and watching, because the video is going to be up there, so I'm not going to take it down or anything. Same with yesterday's. It's going to be up there as well. And I will hopefully bring you some more videos or some more lives to show you how to do stuff. If you ask me questions, go ahead, ask me questions in the comments below, and have a lovely day. Try and stay cool. Don't go out in the heat. It's not good for you. You'll get sick. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Love you all. Hey, Mimi, I'm just leaving. Oh, my goodness. You missed it all. You'll have to watch the replay, dear. Love you, too. Have a great day. Count must be off. Yes, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? I was just thinking about that. I'm going 3 lives in a row. Holy cow. What's wrong with me? Night, everybody. Have a great day.